Hey guys, welcome back to Ava and Ivy. Today we're going to be talking about Survivor Season 49, Episode 11, Cherry on Top.
Yo, do you want to start us out or do you want me to?
Yeah, I can start us out. I'm trying to remember what the exact first thing is. I think they get back from Tribal and, Sage is mad.
Mm.
Sage is mad. Common theme throughout this episode. And I can't remember who goes to talk to her first. Do you remember?
I think Sophie B was the first one to. Actually, I don't know if she was the first one to talk to her, but I know that Sophie B approached her about flipping originally. But I'm pretty sure Sophie with a E was the first one to approach, and Sage was so pissed he didn't really want to
Okay.
talk to her. And that's when we saw that
Yeah.
moment, right when Sage was like, "You smiled when you voted Juwan out."
Yeah, you're right. Because I think that happened right when they got back. And then they sat down. Bro, can we just say Sage is such a hypocrite? Point blank. Like, no matter how you feel about her, that is so hypocritical of her because she's pulled off multiple blindsides this season and had a smile on her face.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what, like, a big thing for Sage is she's clearly playing, like, out of emotion.
Yeah.
Because they highlighted that in this episode because she's wanted Savannah out since the beginning, and this was essentially a chance to do that. And she was like, actually, no, because Sophie pissed me off last tribal, so now I'm gunning for her.
Like, what?
And it's like, that's like the worst way to play the game. Straight out of emotion.
Yeah, she's literally, like, blinded by her anger.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, also, like, during that beginning, right after tribal whatever, you see Rizzo kind of explain what the original plan was, and his plan was to play the fake idol before Christina played hers, like, to make her play hers, essentially, but he didn't even have to do that, so he was just, like, again on top of the world, being like, well, I just did it for the antics at that point. I didn't even have to do that, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, like, what? Oh, Rizzo.
Yeah, he's so funny. But yeah, we see that breakdown. I'm trying to remember. I feel like there's something else that kind of happened in that. Maybe not. Oh, I guess it was just like Sophie B, like, talking about how she sees herself on the bottom of the trio of her, Savannah, and Rizzo. And that's why she mentions flipping. And she knows, she's a smart girl. She knows that if she's sitting next to Savannah at the end, you're not winning. So, at least right now in the game, at this point in the game. So, she knows that, but it's just a point of when in her mind, like, when to do it.
Yeah.
That's when we kind of phase into, we have the boat arrives, there's a journey, everyone's scared, but everyone's scared to go on the journey. Yeah. And they ultimately let Steven go, which in my head, I'm like, why did no one step up for that?
Yeah, I know, I agree. And then it kind of annoyed me the fact that throughout the rest of the episode, like, when he was on his journey, everybody's like, I really hope he doesn't get it. Like, that's gonna mess up everything. Like, I hope he doesn't win. And it's like, why didn't you go? Like, why didn't you step up? That just made me annoyed because I'm like, just step up. Which I get it. Like, they want to hold on to their, like, fuel and energy before the immunity challenge. But, I mean, it seems like, not to get ahead, but,
yeah,
that didn't really matter that much.
It's like, yeah, I get it. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing. I wouldn't have wanted to risk my vote, too, because then that is, like, a very vulnerable place for me. But in my head, at least from our perspective, from what we see in the episode, Rizzo, Sophie, or Savannah should have stepped up and, like, went. Because they have protection, essentially, from, their trio itself. And I don't know. I just think that was a big mistake. Which turns out it kind of was, because Steven was the next one they were gunning for, and look what happened. And then we had Savannah hit the line where she was like, yeah, I wanted Steven to go because it'll tire him out and it'll give me a better chance in the challenge. And then we see, that didn't matter.
Right. Should we start talking about the challenge?
Yeah, or let's talk about are you talking about
Steven's? Like, oh no, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, let's talk about the journey.
Yeah, that journey reminded me of the show, The Challenge. It's literally just running and basically having checkpoints. That's like a classic challenge. I know that sounds funny, but it, like, really felt like the challenge there. But that did look extremely tiring. And I did at first, when he was explaining, like, how he had to run around the entire island, I was like, yeah, dang, that's actually a lot. Yeah.
I know. I want to know how far that is in reality.
Same. Yeah. But he had like enough motivation behind him to definitely like push as hard as he could to get that, and he did it. And he did the same strategy. I would have been yelling those numbers out loud, making a song out of them, like do whatever it took to remember it. Imagine you get the numbers wrong.
Oh my gosh, so that would have been devastating. Yeah. And I was so scared for him. Every time he fell, I was like, this guy could be done for. Like that one time when he slipped on like the rocks, I was like, dang, if you just put your arm down or something, you're out of the game, like broken wrist.
Literally. Yeah. And like being, what is it, day 21? Like, that's deep into the game. What, they have 5 days left? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy to think about. I mean, shout out to Steven. He definitely stepped up when he needed to. And like going in, we can go into like the immunity challenge again too. Before we go into the challenge though, Steven comes back, tells them that he has an advantage, but doesn't say what it is. Which, good move on his end, honestly. It did stir the pot. It made people question. You saw Rizzo get a little frantic in a way, trying to predict what it is. And then it's so funny watching Rizzo be talking to Steven and be like, I think it's a vote steal.
Yeah, and he was like, I know it's that. He was like, I know.
Yeah.
It seems like
he was pushing so hard. And he was really direct with him too, by saying that. I guess that was his strategy, like to be direct and kind of just see how he reacts.
Yeah. No, that's good.
And they also showed us, I forgot, when Steven was doing his journey, they were doing like the chicken chase because they were so hungry. They're trying to eat the chickens and they just couldn't catch the chicken, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder if they ever did. Probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. Losing your chickens. You can't even eat them, but you won them.
Yeah. And they like mock you. Like running around the camp.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go into the challenge.
Okay. We have a Survivor classic, kind of. I don't know what it's called, but I thought it was interesting the way they changed the game this time. Instead of the balancing with the rope, how it's just spinning, which looked way easier. And I think that it definitely was because, you know, when they've done it in the past with like the board that tilts, that challenge goes on for hours and people drop over and over and over and over again. This one, I don't remember. I think was it Sophie that dropped? Like only one person actually dropped.
Yeah. Yeah, one or two people. What's crazier is the fact that Steven never dropped once and just like made it through.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people didn't drop once, right? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I think there was only a few, like maybe like one or two. I know Sophie B for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't. Yeah, I can't remember anyone else.
So
so I guess it was kind of significantly easier. I wonder if they did that on purpose to like, you know, make it a shorter challenge. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a trial. But yeah, I mean, we ultimately see Steven pulls through. I forget who is right behind him. Sage,
yeah.
Which is even, that's scary too.
Right.
If Steven would have fell. But yeah, Steven pulls through. Obviously, the journey did not have an effect on him.
Yeah.
Now he's guaranteed at 6, which is just a crazy thought. Like,
right.
Just imagine being Steven, where he was on the complete bottom, thinking he was going out, and within less than a day, or I guess technically like a day.
And he has his advantage going into 6 too.
Yeah, which I guess we could talk about that toward the end when we speculate for the next episode. But Steven wins. He also has reward. He brings Christina and Rizzo. And so, of course, Rizzo had a plan going into the reward. He wants to find a common enemy between him, Christina, and Steven. And that's when he throws out Sophie with an E. And, you know, again, he's making such valid points. Like, the point he made when she's the only one left who's voted right every time. So that was a really good point to make to Christina and Steven, just to show them, hey, like, she's not always on your side.
Yeah.
Like, she's not 100%. And Sophie said that in one of her confessionals, too, where she's like, yeah, like, I'm aligned with Christina and Steven sometimes, but I don't fully trust them, so I'm not fully aligned. You know, so she was never really with them. And which original, I think it was Hina. I think it was called Hina. But the Yellow Tribe, like, they were all kumbaya in the beginning, and now basically none of them, they're not even close with each other. I guess Christina and Steven are. I don't know. Not really though. They're just kind of on the
Yeah.
outs.
Yeah.
Or they don't. Maybe they don't really know. Actually, no. I don't want to say that. I was gonna say they don't really know what they're doing, but they do. But
Maybe
some
Steven more
people
than
maybe...
Christina.
Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely better strategists in the game this season, I'd say.
Yeah,
put it that way.
I agree.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, then we go into kind of the scramble, figuring out who wants who out. Christina really wants Savannah out, obviously. She's been gunning. Oh wait, I'll wait till tribal. Sorry.
Okay.
Christina wants Savannah out. And then Sophie proposes Savannah to Sage and Soph B. And Sophie B had that little, is it time? I don't know. But Sage just won't. Once Sophie proposed Savannah, Sage just, again, won't let go of the anger against Sophie.
Yeah.
So she's really fake to Sophie, and she just wants Sophie out, which, I don't know. I feel like this was low-key the last time they could have went for Savannah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Unless
advantages
come into play, but I really highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I'd say.
No, I agree. I think that was silly of them.
Yeah. And yeah, all I have left is like Rizzo comes back from reward and he's pushing for Sophie, so that kind of just pushed it towards the edge. And then Steven kind of says, he's unsure which way he'll go. And then we get into tribal and we see the whole Christina and Savannah, I strongly dislike you. Like, I wouldn't say hate, I'll strongly dislike you. Which
Did you see Savannah's?
That's what I was going to go into. Like, now we know they wanted to play it up so Sophie felt really secure before they went to go vote. But, oh my gosh, when I was watching that, I was like, no way Christina's just outright saying all this right now.
I know, I was
like, that is
shocked.
just not good. Yeah.
I was shocked. So, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't include that was a ploy in the show,
Yeah, maybe they'll, like, talk about it next episode.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not, though. But maybe they won't because they just want it to be more dramatic,
Yeah, maybe.
But then again, like, Christina isn't full out lying. Like, Christina doesn't like Savannah. But they know that about each other. But it's just, like, conflicting personalities.
Yeah.
So she's kind of telling the truth, but I guess she put a little emphasis on it this round.
Yeah, right. Yeah, definitely interesting. I feel like the vote wasn't that crazy this week, pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
One thing I want to point out that I think I'm just confused about when it comes to Survivor rules. I know there was a season where somebody who was still in the game mouthed something to someone on the jury, like not game related, just like, or I guess it has to be game. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they mouthed something to someone on the jury and then they got in a lot of trouble because that's considered like cheating and like messing with the jury by like speaking to them like privately, I guess. But we saw Sage doing that. And so when I saw that, I was like, which I don't know the specifics of that rule. Like, I don't know. Maybe she was allowed to do that. But that made me so annoyed. I was like, no. Like, talking to Juwan, like, yeah, if she gets to the end, he'll probably just vote for her because they were, like, number ones. But it's like, bro, what are we doing?
Yeah. It also kind of just shows, look, yeah, Survivor, great to get revenge, whatever. But it just proves our further point of Sage being the true mean girl just because Sophie did something, she just wants to do it right back to her, as in, like, smiling after you blindside her, whatever. Like, yeah, it's a game, you want to get revenge, but it's just further proving the point that Sage is the one that essentially causes problems.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And Sage is acting like Sophie is the only person who voted Juwan out.
I know.
Like, I don't get
And that's what's like, did they have like a deeper friendship than we saw, and that's why she was so hurt by just Sophie particularly? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I don't know why she was full gung-ho for Sophie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was weird.
But R.I.P. my tribe.
Oh yeah.
I only have 2 people standing.
Dang. And you don't want to hear the places because
because
I finally have surpassed you.
You did. You climbed. Yeah. You climbed, and I sank.
Yeah. Not that far, though. Well, I don't know how this week will treat. But I even moved up last week when Jawan was voted out and he was my third pick.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know how that works, but
Yeah.
that was kind of nice. Should I read those?
Yeah, yeah. What place are we in?
Do you have anything else about Tribal?
No, I feel like it was, I don't know, besides the Christina Savannah argument, I felt like it was pretty boring. Uneventful.
Yeah. I can't remember anything from the preview either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, so for our fantasy league, our standings for week 10, so obviously again doesn't include this episode, but I'm in 141st place with 1,966.5 points. So I jumped like 9 spots, even though Joanne went home. And then Ivy made a little jump down, had a little teeter down. She's 169th place with 1,932 points.
Okay.
So we're literally like less than 30 points apart, or a little over 30 points apart.
Oh yeah, that's wild. That is wild.
Yeah. And I think we'll honestly end up pretty close to each other, like, by the end, I think, because we both have Rizzo and Savannah, right?
Yeah, except I think, okay, I've seen some stuff recently that's made me really think that Sophie B wins the whole thing.
Really?
Well, one, I don't know if you saw the article she posted on her story about the next episode, but she posted something and it kept referring to like one player is deciding if they should flip on their strong alliance and use an advantage they have. And then it was like after what word did they use? Explosive tribal. Like apparently the next episode has an explosive tribal. So what I'm thinking is Sophie's gonna end up blindsiding Savannah or Rizzo.
That's the thing, I could see that happening as well.
And hear me out. I'm basing this based on the article and based on things Sophie has said before, but what if she takes Rizzo's idol? Can you imagine if she takes Rizzo's idol? That would be crazy. I think if she does that, she like wins,
Because she has to take it next tribal in order to use it to play it with 5, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And same with Steven. Steven's going to use his block a vote. So it's going to throw the votes all over. It really depends on if everyone aligns on like one person. Yeah. But yeah, I could totally see Sophie B flipping and going for Rizzo. I think she would go for Rizzo over Savannah. Well,
I know, I can't decide.
I want to say like Sophie B wouldn't betray Savannah, but she literally said in this episode like, I will betray. I can't sit next to Savannah in the final 3. But maybe like she'll feel bad enough where she'll take Rizzo's idol, the votes will get thrown on Rizzo, he'll be out, and then somehow Sophie B wins like immunity and puts let me think this. She wins immunity when there's 5 left, and then she puts Savannah in fire against someone else just to be like, Savannah, I love you, and I bought you as far as I could, but this is the point where we're separate.
But I feel like she's too smart to do that, because if Savannah won fire too, I feel like Savannah would win. So it's like, why would you want to risk it? Who do you think are the 2 ideal people to sit at the end with of our remaining people?
Well, remaining people right now, if I'm Sophie B.
Yeah, if you're Sophie B.
If I'm Sophie B, I would want Christina and Steven.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, she's got to get out. I think Savannah and Sage are the 2 biggest threats. I just think the jury might not view Rizzo as strategic as we know him to be. So I think he's the 3rd biggest threat. And then Christina and Steven, I'm not worried about him.
Yeah. That's why I still think, like, Rizzo, for some reason, ends up in fire against someone else and loses fire.
You think?
Actually, I'm not going to say that because I want Rizzo, Sophie, and Savannah to be top 3 low-key. Because then it's like...
That would be sick.
In my mind, it's like 3 contenders that have played the game really well.
Yeah.
And Rizzo... Here's the thing, if it's Savannah and Rizzo have a very similar game, they pretty much have been together the whole time. Yeah. Whereas Sophie B has fought her way to make it
Right.
to the end. Like, remember the beginning of the season? Like, it's actually crazy that she made it as far as she did. And if she makes it to final 3, she has
That's
a
a
great
good
story.
point. That's a good point, because I think Rizzo and Savannah would split the votes because of how similar they've played, versus Sophie. I think her game's so different.
And Sophie B is the most likable one out of those 3, especially when you look at the jury. Everyone likes
Yeah,
Sophie
for
B.
sure. Yeah. She's not really a villain
Yeah.
to anybody, I would say.
Yeah. She let other people be the villains.
Did you see what she posted on her story today?
Which one?
It was the most recent one I saw. She was like, me laughing when people ask me for money if I win Survivor.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
I saw that. I was like, so why would you post that unless you won, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I just don't know. Like, honestly, who do you want to win?
Well, that's the thing. I would be happy if, okay, my top 2 are Savannah and Sophie. I would be happy if Savannah, Sophie, or Rizzo won. I really would be just as happy if Savannah or Sophie won.
Yeah.
But if anybody else wins, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. If Sage wins, this is my least favorite season I've ever seen. So I'm just putting that out there. I will actually, like, I don't know, I'll riot if that happens.
Yeah, that would be crazy. The only reason I keep Savannah as, like, my number 1 to win, 1, because I guess she's in my fantasy tribe, but 2, like, she has been a threat the whole game. People have been targeting her the whole game, and she's made it this far. If she makes it to final 3, like, you honestly deserve it. She won 2 immunity challenges, so I don't know. I just feel like...
Yeah, she's a beast. She's literally...
Yeah.
Sorry, somebody hit my door. No, she's literally a beast. But I feel that same way towards Sophie, with the fact that she's came from literally a terrible first tribe. And then just she's constantly been put in bad situations and still made it this far. Like, that's impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with either of them to win. They both have, I guess, pros and or not pros and cons, but
they both
reasons they should win.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. With the fact that Savannah and Riz are on season 50 though, that throws me off as well.
I know. I can't think about that because it confuses me.
Yeah. And, like, one winner, the theory of having, like, one winner per tribe, and Savannah's on the one tribe that doesn't have a winner yet. I'm like, is it her? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see. These are the best episodes. The final episodes are always the best. I can't believe it's been going on for so long, honestly. I feel like it just started.
I know.
And then the finale's in, like, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. It's kind of crazy.
But then I look back whenever I'm watching, like, the title sequence, or, like, I had to watch it the other day. I usually skip through it, to be honest. But then I see all the people, I'm like, dang, that felt like ages ago that they were on the screen.
I agree. Like, I forgot about, like, Annie.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I was like, dang.
Yeah, dang. Way back when.
Way back when.
But yeah, any more theories?
No, I just need Sage to go home. I just need it.
It could be next week. I don't see her winning immunity. But then again, our last podcast, we were like, as long as Steven doesn't get an advantage or immunity or anything.
Yeah.
And then he got literally both.
Right.
Literally both. So
Savannah
maybe I don't want to put it in the universe.
Yeah, true. Oh, Sage just has so much screen time that I feel like she's in the final 3. Like, I feel like it's her, Christina, and I was gonna say Sophie or Savannah. I don't know which one.
You think Christina's in final 3?
Well, I think anybody should bring her to the final 3 because she's a GOAT. Like, the thing is, I would love to see 3 really good players go to the end, like Savannah, Rizzo, Sophie, but if I was them, I would not want to be sitting next to a bunch of good players. I'd want to bring Christina and Steven.
Yeah. That's why I'm surprised we haven't seen Rizzo kind of talking more about, like, when he's gonna flip. Because he definitely knows he can't be sitting next to Savannah.
Yeah, that's really confusing me. Like, but does he think that? I don't know.
He has to. He's such a strategist.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they're not showing us that for a reason.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna pull off something the last second.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like we've theorized enough.
Yeah.
Guess we'll just have to wait till next week.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait.
That's it for our episode 11 recap. I hope you guys are just as excited as we are to watch next week's episode. If you enjoyed listening, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment down below who you think's going home next week. We'll talk to you soon. See ya.